If you're seeing this, it means I decided not to cut. But maybe I did, and who knows? Anyways, the air conditioning hits me like a cool breeze. Oh yeah, this is Arcade Spirits, by the way, in case you forgot. Because this might be a new video or it might not be. Albeit one smelling of copper and corn chips, as early in the morning when it is on the weekday. It's not too packed with gamers. Although it's packed with games, I'd probably have a hard time finding anyone anyway. Castle Crunch. Stack Runner. Showtime Stage. And once I'm struck by something odd, I actually recognize most of these games. Neat! Considering I haven't walked into an arcade in over a decade, that's probably not great. Lots of vintage stuff here from the looks of it, like really old. Although I don't recognize the game with the stage lights and things, maybe it's karaoke or dancing, a Japanese import, it's DDR.
My sources say yes.
Checking, that would be Showtime Stage, a collaboration of Neon, Heavy Industry Concern, and Hubris Records in Germany. It's won a lot of awards. Huh. Whoa, is that seriously a Mr. Moby's Magic Maze? But the one in the middle with the split screens is new to me. Fist of Discomfort. Discomfort, a hybrid real-time strategy and brawler beat 'em up. It's actually not that new. It's been a staple of the esports scene for the last 8 years. 2 genres I was utterly lousy at last I checked. And over here is an old lady. Sorry ma'am, I was just talking to myself and had an overwhelming urge to complete my sentences. Thankfully, I don't think she even registered me calling her old. She looks up from her knitting, seated behind the ticket price redemption desk, and offers a wrinkly smile.
Well, hello there. Always nice to meet someone new in the Funplex.
I love her. The what?
Francine's Arcade Funplex. Didn't you see the sign out front, dear?
Can I fuck her?
Well, I chose to knock off the first 2 words when they got knocked off the building during the storm of 1980. Now it's just the Funplex, I suppose. So, how can I help you, dear?
You've been in business for 20-some years? The storm of 1980X, I wasn't technically alive for that, but I heard it was pretty awful. Oh, we've endured many a nor'east around these parts. Get used to it. My arcade stood the test of time and weathered all elements. We've actually been around since 1970X, back when the games were all in black and white and pinball was all the rage. Oh, how times changed. That long? I thought the arcade business was high risk. Not when you hire good people with love in their hearts. Actually, are you here looking for work, perchance? Yes. Oh, good. I posted an ad on the webs.
Please, call me Francine. As in, Francine's Arcade Funplex. Get it? Actually, thinking about it, I suppose we were originally Frederick's Arcade Funplex, named after my dear departed husband. Sadly, he died peacefully in bed some years ago.
Okay, this is getting a little dark. I'm sorry to hear that.
Oh, don't be. He died doing what he loved. Having intensely physical relations with me.
TMI. And you are? Arcader, man. Very well, shall we retire to the office? Oh god, she wants to fuck. To a conductor interview. I'd carry one out here, but it's rather noisy, isn't it? Yeah, about that. How do you deal with the constant noise anyways? Hearing aids. Oh, you just learn to filter out all the beeps and boops. It can take weeks to become acclimated, I found, but in the end, done. She quirks an eyebrow. Well, now that's faster than the others. Not bad. So shall we see what you're made of? This way, please. Penguin there, baby! Francine leads me down a back hallway past public restrooms and... What the? Look at that coffee machine, it's so old! Especially considering this is the future. And into a door marked employees only. It takes all my restraint not to point out the extraneous apostrophe. Welcome to our little backstage oasis. I'd suggest we do this in Gavin's office, but it's a bit too untidy. I don't blame the boy, he's been so overworked lately. Please have a seat and we'll begin. As quirky as this place and its owner may be, at least I'm confident that I can nail the interview portion of the proceedings. I've interviewed for 12 jobs and held down 3. I know all the standard questions. What are your greatest strengths? What do you see as your weaknesses? Once I even had to describe how to assemble a Lego set to prove my communication skills. Considering I ended up washing dishes, I'm not sure why, but the point is, I'm confident, prepared, ready. Oh, you can't even see the penguin there, baby, because of...
Dinosaur. What dinosaur would you be?
Ah, hold on, where's my... You can't see the penguin, baby. Penguin there, baby! Let's move this a little... There we go. What?
If you were a dinosaur, what dinosaur would you be?
Okay. Pterodactyl. I've always wanted to be a bird, so... Wait, no. All dinosaurs are basically birds. Let me rephrase. I've always wanted to be a flying bird, so pterodactyl swooping around, catching updrafts, staying way away from meat-eaters. Really? How exciting. Even if technically speaking, pterodactyls aren't dinosaurs. Technically, they're pterodons, I believe.
What's your favorite snack?
Snack? You, baby. Oh, tacos, hell yeah.
When you have pizza on a bagel,
Pizza, bagel, say pizza, bagels. When pizza's on the bagel, you can have. Hush you. Come on now, dear, I don't have all day. Giving it a good thought, well, how could I forget my favorite snack? Doritos. Tacos are also my favorite snack. Tasty apple with almond butter. Whatever munchies look in the depth of the vending machine. Yeah, I'm not picky, really. Whatever calls to me the most is what I choose, whether it's Flamin' Hot Cheetos, trademark, or gummy bears. Very interesting. I see. Do you think they'd even have Flaming Hot Cheetos in the future? Probably. Very interesting. I say you go with the flow, a team player. It's kind of my thing. You know what they say, you are what you eat. Next question.
What assets can you bring to the team during the inevitable zombie apocalypse?
Engineering, medical, get you in on day one. I want to go with that one, but yeah, wouldn't be that much of a help. At least I can throw myself into a horde of undead and we can all escape to live another day. Well, at least you're honest, and honesty is the best way to form trust. One more thing.
Why are you here?
The question is so simple and almost actually relevant to career planning that it takes me off guard. I told you I came about the job offer.
You're seeking a job, true. But that doesn't really answer my question, does it? No doubt you think my interview questions are a bit silly, but I like to think of the Funplex as more than a collection of tasks and people to perform those tasks. Most folks my age opening arcades at that time saw it as just another way to make a quick buck. Well, I saw it as something else. Something more than a way to make a large pile of quarters.
I wonder if they have a coin shortage too.
And I expect you'll find the others working here see it as something more too. Everyone has a dream they're chasing, dearie. And for my friends, it lies within the Funplex. Now, if all you want is a paycheck, I can provide that. But the last fellow in your position, that's all he wanted. And he didn't last long. So I ask you again, why are you here?
To be honest, I didn't have a better answer than a vague hope that maybe this time I wouldn't lose everything. But that's just enough motivation to face each day. No more than that, it wouldn't be enough to answer a question. I needed to actually think this through. It's a funplex, a plex of fun. I like fun. To be honest, I don't know, not yet. I'm looking for hope. I haven't had much lately. If I don't dare to take risks, I'll be stuck. I'm looking for hope. I haven't had much lately. Understand I'm not whining or looking for pity, but my life has been a complete mess for over a decade. In and out of jobs, taking what you can get, settling, compromising. I gave up on hoping for something better than a long time ago. But while people in my life who are close to me keep encouraging me to try and chase my dreams, that's why I'm here. I'm looking for the answer to your question. But I won't be daydreaming all the time, I promise. In my last job, I was a lifeguard. That takes a lot of focus. I'll be just as attentive and helping your funplex. That perks her attention. Oh my, rather serious occupation that. It's an unusual step from such troubled waters to a land of make-believe. You enjoyed this role as a lifeguard, I take it? Yes, ma'am. My roommate says she often noticed me smiling after coming home from work, which makes Francine smile in turn. I can't say I offer a role with such high stakes. Oh my god, true. But you'd be surprised at the many ways one can save a life, even here. Very well. I'm satisfied. Let's get you to work. I breathe easier at that. Probably the weirdest job interview I've ever had, to be sure. And yet, it felt appropriate. Like it was about far more than just filling the slot on the payroll. Francine leads me back to the arcade floor to introduce me to my duties. It only occurs to me now that I forgot to exact what duties has job, yes? Francine oh my god. Gestures to the seat she was occupying previously, the stool behind the prize desk.
Oh, how marvelous.
Welcome to your new position, Ari. Sitting here, you mean? Sitting here and helping players redeem tickets for valuable prizes. I glance at the wide array of pencil toppers. They still use pencils. Rubber spiders. They still use rubber spiders and tiny plastic toy cars on display. Well, for prizes, at any rate. It's such relief. I've really been stretching myself thin lately trying to fill in since the position was vacated. If you don't mind me asking, ma'am, why did the last guy who sat here end up quitting? Something about being so bored out of his mind that I felt like jamming one of those 500 ticket plush dolls down someone's throat.
Oh, such a shame.
Poor dear, he just wasn't cut out for this line of work. Grandson or no, I've no patience for such nonsense. I'm sorry, the last person who worked this desk was your grandson. Anyways, Gavin should be by soon. He'll handle paperwork and all that administrative nonsense. Now, if you don't mind, all this talking has tired me out some. I'll be in the back office if you need me. Oh, look how happy they look. Okay then. I adjusted my seating on the semi-comfortable, stools are never semi-comfortable, so leaning against the desk beneath me a wide array of cheap junk awaited my attention. I could have lost hope then and there that this job would be even slightly more engaging than being a diner dishwasher, but I chose to look on the positive side. I'd be helping kids obtain toys that would become nostalgic memories for years to come. Right? Any minute now. Crave the sweet embrace of death. I've been sitting here for 2 hours and nobody's walked up to obtain novelty funplex shot glass. I want one of those. Or a colored pencil set or a light up yo-yo. Lunchtime's approaching and so far the only people walking in and out of the arcade are a few stray adults who have no interest in cheap friendship bracelets. Thankfully oh no, he's hot. Thankfully my first customer of the day, ooh, he must be like a vendor for the arcade. Like maintenance? That's what I'm guessing. Thankfully, my first customer of the day arrives before I could start wondering if one of the 500 ticket plushies could really fit down someone's throat. Or maybe not. Nope, just walked right on by me, his head buried in reading some sort of spreadsheet off his tablet. Was eager to play. Doesn't seem like the typical businessman on break or unwashed and employed game aficionado. I don't know how to read. In fact, he's a snappy dresser. Seems like a cool dude. Most guys I know are content to toss on a t-shirt and jeans, like me. Not this guy, even in an arcade, he's sharp like a linoleum knife. It's a weird turn of phrase. In fact, the rather pointed look he's offering me after doubling back is rather linoleum knifey too. Hold on a minute, who are you exactly? What are you doing behind that desk? Where's Francine? I am Francine. I had some work done. Why, I am Francine, dear. The wonders of plastic surgery.
I think not.
Ow, now. Kidding, I'm Ari. She hired me to work the desk. I'm her grandson's replacement. Doesn't look pleased with me jerking him around like that, but not some satisfaction anyways.
Good to hear.
It's about time. I was wondering how long she'd have to work the desk. She's got guts for an octogenarian. so she's 80, and loves working the floor, but sitting here all day handing out toys and dealing with problems. Where's her job? Okay, so 70, 80, 90, 2,000. Plus, let's say she opened it at 20, which would mean it's 2,000. I don't fucking know. It's like 2030. So she explained the job to you, gave you the papers to sign. She said Gavin would handle that stuff. With a sigh, he rubs his forehead, feeling a headache coming on.
That would be me. I'm Gavin Cooper.
Hello, Gavin.
I'm the business manager here at the Funplex. I make sure we manage to keep having a business rather than a pile of rapidly collapsing fiscal mistakes.
Right, so as you've no doubt guessed, you'll be exchanging tickets for prizes, but that's the least part of your job. There's more to it than that. You're the floor tenant. You attend to the floor. What, the carpets?
Seriously?
The floor. The arcade, the games, the patrons. You're the one running around, putting out fires and sorting out problems. Technically, you're a second floor tenant. Ashley will ban later, but we need two, one to roam and one to operate the desk. Reminds me of work where I am the cash person. I'm the cashier. I do it myself. I'm tickled to the. I make sure I handle the finances. That's why Francine loves filling in. She's a people person. She loves helping out in a pinch. I'm not a people person, as you've likely gathered. That's not to say you're alone out here. I'm in your corner, at least. If things go south, you tap me for advice on what to do. You got a phone? Yeah. You ever worked a high-pressure customer service job before? Kinda. Shoe sales. Smelly socks? You have no idea. Right, well, you know how to keep your head when a customer doesn't, I hope. I do not. I usually just call a manager up. If anything goes sideways, you text me. I'm not around, you text Ashley or Naomi, in that order. Who and who? You'll meet them soon enough.
I think not.
Do not bug Francine. She's practically retired. Let her enjoy that retirement in peace. Comprendo? This isn't my first pony ride. You can rely on me. It's not my first explosive ordnance test. I've worked retail and food service, and I've worked as a lifeguard at a pool. Managing stress in difficult situations, even life or death ones, is something I've got experience in. You can rely on me. Gavin nods approvingly.
Indeed.
Indeed. Good, I like to hear that. If you can handle yourself and exercise good judgment, you'll last a hell of a lot longer than the last guy who sat there.
If you stay clear and honest with me, do your work, do it well, we'll get along swimmingly. I have enough problems keeping this magical arc of hopes and wishes afloat. Please, don't add to my problems.
Magical arc of what now? Gavin sighs again. Stress relief gesture, but his expression softened somewhat afterwards.
I take it Francine told you her theory, that this is more than just a job, more than just an arcade.
That's my understanding, yes.
I'm not into dressing up words. I like to speak plain. If I'm curt, then that's because optimization is a factor of my job. Everybody working here wants to work here. This is where they belong, for one reason or another.
Nice.
Me? I love chaos. I love wrangling chaos specifically.
I was gonna say, I don't trust anyone who says they love chaos.
The arcade industry is high risk, high reward. I manage that risk so that they can also find happiness in their lives. Everybody in this business has a dream they're chasing. It's a fragile thing, prone to be crushed by hard reality. My job is to see to it that never happens. That includes Francine, who deserves better in her twilight years than desperately propping up a semi-failing business. So, you find some value in this place beyond your salary, and you'll burn out. Trust me. Last guy to sit there burned out hard. Now, can I trust you to mesh with our merry misfits?
Hell yeah. You won't have any issues with me. I'm a solid worker. Gavin nods, satisfied.
Thank you.
I suppose that's a good starting point. We can build from there. Anyway, I need to prepare your paperwork. Technically, you shouldn't be working. Yeah, because that's working. Till we've crossed the I's and dotted the T's. but since I'm already sitting here, you'd rather I stick around? That'd be accurate. If you're willing to fudge things a bit and work today anyways, it'd help us out a lot. Now, if you don't mind, Naomi could use a hand in the workshop. Please be hot. A good opportunity to introduce yourself as well. Got it. Wait, someone else is here? I haven't seen anyone else. Yeah, that sounds like Naomi. Workshop's through the door there. The one next to the UFO catcher, the crane game, to use layman's terms. Gavin heads to the back to crunch some numbers. Hopefully he's quiet, because Francine's taking a nap. First coworker ends up slightly less of a cool guy than I'd thought, but he's not a jerk. I get where he's coming from, but he's just really blunt. Naomi. Turn the handle and step inside. Naomi. In a little room. Oh, look at the old monitor. In a little room tucked away from between the back offices and the funplex front, I find what is very likely this Naomi is spoken of only in myth and legend. Oh no, she's hot. Girl about my age, but certainly not my height, is tinkering away on what looks like an old tube-style monitor. Turn around. Huh, I didn't realize I had so many circuits. Turn around, I want to see you. She doesn't notice me when I come in, too busy soldering the capacitor in place. Lingering smell of melting metals fills the air of the poorly ventilated workshop. That's probably not the best idea, and also there's a window right there, you should open it. Excuse me, for lack of a better way to interrupt her. I was worried that no matter what I did, she might, I don't know, burn her fingers or jump so high she hit the ceiling or something. Fortunately, the shock's not quite that intense. That would be me. Oh no, she's hot! I love her. Hello?
Hey, you know this room is for employees only. Are you lost? Do you need something?
I'm the new floor tenant starting today.
Oh!
I love her. I want to make her my waifu.
Hi! I didn't realize Francine already found someone. I guess I forgot to check my text. Oh, whoops!
She spares a glance at her phone on the nearby workbench where a huge stack of green notification messages line white. One thought comes to mind when actually seeing her. Oh my god, she's so cute! I just want to hug her! Yeah! Still beyond my weird libido, once I notice how much she's smiling as she moves that little thing onto the bigger, welds that thing onto the little bigger thing. She's just so happy and at peace, and I can appreciate that joy of one's nerdy passions. Dog, stop barking.
Anyway, I'm Naomi Fairchild, the Funplex's Becky. Hi! Pleased to meet you. I was expecting Gavin, though. He usually checks up on me about now.
Strange things with numbers.
Ugh, yeah, that sounds like Gavin. I take it he sent you along to help? Great. Give me a hand with this monitor. It's really heavy, and I'm still paranoid about dropping it after what happened last time.
Happened last time.
Oh, well, I dropped it.
She helps me lift the large cathode ray tube, slotting the heavy metal framework into place within the exposed guts of the nearby arcade cabinet. Once done, she starts hooking wires back up to other wires. There's a surprising number of green circuit boards in a largely hollow wooden shell. This is the first time I've seen the inside of one of these things. It's weird, lots of empty space, a couple large slabs of circuits, and that beefy monitor. Maybe we could fill it. Not to. Why is it so empty in there? Seems inefficient. Couldn't you pack more games into the arcade if it was more compact? Not really, it's more about the footprint on the floor than the vertical height. Naomi keeps working, using the pocket multimeter to check various connections as she speaks.
Let me explain.
I mean, compare Japanese and American cabinets. Ours are designed for standing players, so they have to be upright, even if that means an empty base. Japanese candy cabs are shorter, so you play sitting down, but I prefer American style. Ours have more room for art. She closes up the rear axis panels. closing it with one of the many keys on the keyring at her side, then steps back to admire her handiwork. There's genuine joy in that smile, not just at a job well done, but at looking at the whole thing like it's fine sculpture.
So beautiful.
Ooh, I love the classic Midway style. Look at those sharp angles, the side art decals, the bold font on the marquee, the bezel artwork, the what on the what on the what artwork. But the sign only points out key features to me. The strip across the top with the game title, that's the marquee. The artwork that wraps around the monitor, that's the bezel. I mean, you see it too, right? How beautiful and cohesive it all is working in harmony to give this game its own unique feel, its own experience. As for me, well, I agree, it's beautiful. The way she stares lovingly at this, I wish she'd stare at me like that. Honestly, this box of wood and circuits and vacuum tubes and stuff, I think I understand. It's made to be one whole thing, the art, the style, and of course the game itself, all of it part of the same experience. Everything about this game is the game. If you run it in an emulator or own a game console instead, it's made lesser. Yeah, I guess I can see it. It's beautiful in its own way. Oh, good. Naomi lights up with joy like a pinball machine, all twinkly and shiny. Finally, so few people really understand the beauty of a classic arcade game. Having someone I can talk to about this stuff is going to be great, especially with that jerk Gavin running the numbers. Gavin, what's wrong with the Gavin?
I don't know.
Okay, well, don't get me wrong, I can get along with him generally, but his whole attitude is just, ugh.
Ugh.
All he really cares about is when he keeps the arcade running. Yeah, but I just know if he had his way, he'd gut the whole place. If anybody's gonna ruin the funplex, it's him. Mark my words, it's inevitable. That doesn't sound right. He seemed easy enough to get along with, and what's more, Gavin gave me that whole speech about protecting their dreams. This looks like a pretty sore point here, a long-standing argument with a new person should really get involved with. And yet I'm involved, aren't I? I have to work with both Naomi and Gavin. So I'm not sure I should prod at it, but I kind of want to know too. So, what's there to do that's fun around here?
What?
Play games? It's a funplex. It's literally a plex of fun. Right, I knew that. Sorry, I always asking weird, non questions with my mom. No, I should apologize. You just started here and I'm dumping workplace gossip on you. That's mean of me. I try to stay cheerful, really, no matter what. But try and succeed are different words. Anyway, don't worry about it. Gavin's my problem, not yours. Right, let's get back to work, shall we? Now for the less fun part. You seem like a strong, strapping kind of person. Well, a strong person at least. Well, you're a person. That's enough. I'm semi-insulted then. Okay, let's get to it. Whoopee! Right, a little to the left now. My left, your right. Careful. Now forward, right. Correct, I mean not turn to the right. Keep it coming in. There, carefully tip into place. Victory. Gently ease the rolling dolly forward, its giant wooden box slotting into the place alongside its neighbors. Two-wheeled dolly makes it easier, but hardly easy, especially with Naomi fretting over baby getting worse, scratched or worse, falling over. But with the work done, she's all smiles again. Okay, glad to be done with that one. I swear I've been working on that monitor for ages. Those tubes are finicky as heck, and I'm still not truly satisfied with the flyback, but thanks for helping me out, Ari. I think you're gonna do just great here. Happy to help. Food. I wasn't expecting to be working today. I forgot to pack a lunch.
When you have pizza on a bagel.
Are there any good restaurants in walking distance? I think that bookstore next door sells donuts and stuff, but... Oh, no. There's Wub Sub. Yeah, no, wait, right here. And she's off, scurrying back to her hiding hole. And she's back, scurrying from her hiding hole. Lunchtime, here you go. She presses a box of lunch into my hands. It's a bento box. I learned how to make them from my mom, who learned from her mom back when they lived in Japan. Rice and pickles and all sorts of good healthy things. Wait, giving me your lunch? Sure, why not? Yet when I first walked in with the stranger, when I walked in as a stranger, she looked uncomfortable with me. That escalated quickly. What will you have for lunch then? Oh, I'll get some nachos from the vending machine or go hit up the whole store next door. I got a book delivery to pick up anyway. But you said eating healthy was important.
Yeah.
see ya after lunch. I think she just wanted some junk food. It definitely reminds me of some of the friends I made back in school. A little weird, a little obsessive about things, but charmingly so. We seem to think alike in a lot of ways. I think we'll get along just fine. Grandma, I silly to hold out hope for, I don't know, more. First day on the job, Barry, get your head on straight. Yet she did give me her lunch. Me, a total stranger. Gotta be something there, right? Maybe I should have turned off flirty first impressions. So, bento box. I've only seen these in anime, so they watch anime. Good job, Ari. It's cute, and hopefully has plenty of calories, too. I have a blister on my hand. Armed with a box of health food. I have a blister in my hand. Armed with a box of health food, I retired to the employee lounge to get my lunch on. Room where I had my bizarre job interview will suffice for food times. It's not much, a few folding chairs and a kitchenette, but it'll do. I'd be famished by this point. I have a seat and unpack my lone lunch. What the fuck is that? With my mind and body screaming wildly, my paralyzed form is unable to move from the vision of the area before me. Half person, half animal, waves their appendages in front of me, likely closing in for the kill. Hello? Anyone in there? See? Nothing to be afraid of. Alright, I see. Looks like you've stabilized. I was worried to scare the life right out of you.
Hey, so I'm sorry if I traumatized you. Really? Can we start over, maybe?
I nod my head slowly, although that could just be muscle spasms from being in shock.
I'm Ashley.
She is Ashley. And I'm Ari.
I'm also Pinky, the Funplex Flamingo. It's my secret, yet not so secret identity.
I love her. What the Funplex? What now? This is almost too much to take in. Gavin was a bit of a lot. Naomi was off the scale cheerful. I've met some really intense people so far. Just hiccups.
Did you sneak into the employee section just to get my autograph?
No. Me? No.
Oh, I thought you would recognize Pinky from all the signs around the arcade. Pinky is the mascot of the Funplex after all.
Oh no, that's not what I meant at all. I mean, I work here.
You work here? Since when?
This morning. Today. This morning to be specific.
Oh, awesome! Welcome to the Funplex.
I love her.
Hmm.
I mean, it would have been way cooler if you were just so enamored with the chibi, it's not really chibi, flamingo creature plastered on every wall that you just had to know more.
Let's see.
You stealthily maneuvered your way through all the games, sliding right up onto the employees with the apostrophe only door. How did you get the door code?
Ooh.
Of course! You would have collected the password on a piece of paper that fell from Gavin's pocket. You searched your heart and decided that 4-digit number had to be the intel you needed.
Let's see.
Next, you needed to light and wait for the opportune moment to punch in that secret key code just to find me. Just keeps going and going. Ashley's got quite the imagination. Well, I mean, wow, I'm suitably impressed, albeit slightly terrified. She can take an idea and run with it. Where she's running with it, I'm not even sure she knows. And how would you have snuck it out, I wonder? I could have helped, but for a price. She finally realizes she's been babbling to herself for a good couple minutes. Oops. Sometimes I get swept up in a good story. I mean, I gotta find some way to make this job more interesting. Is it really that dull here? No, not really. I just crave a different kind of excitement than beeps and boops and screaming children and broken machines. You aren't really painting the best picture here. Ah, geez, I don't mean to be a downer. I just want to move up in the world. I've got things to accomplish, dreams to fulfill, cosplays to make. Cosplay? As we switch topics, she's like a completely different person. Ashley's lights smile up and she eyes. Got it. Yeah, you know, like dressing up as your favorite video game or TV character, I love it. It's so empowering to make your own costume, and when people recognize you, empowering, really? Granted, she certainly had the power to stop my heart for a few weeks. Definitely. You want to try? Got a favorite game character? I can help you make your first cosplay if you want. In fact, I made this one. I think Ashley's pointing to her flamingo costume, but it's a little hard to tell with her hands as feathers. So Pinky is your creation? Intentionally? Yep, it looks pretty good from my first mask. She's a furry. I'd probably stitch my hands together if I tried that. I'm all thumbs when it comes to stuff like that, literally if I get enough thread running between them. I'm pretty impressed though. Naomi was going on about craftsmanship of games. Clearly you're digging on the craftsmanship of costumes. Oh, thanks! It's nice when hard work is appreciated. I wear around the funplex to liven up the crowds, get people pumped to play some games, and the kids seem to adore it. That makes sense. Although this arcade has been completely dead so far, no crowds to pump or kids to be adored by. Hey, secret between you and me? Ashley motions for me to come closer. She leans in and glances around the room once, and then talks in a hushed tone. I did some repairs on Pinky overnight. I had to restitch the left arm, and I was giving her an old test drive to make sure it doesn't fall off. Lynn's falling off seems bad. Oh, it was. Yesterday I was dancing with a little girl. Must have been like 5-6 years max. Anyway, we were next to the Showtime stage when she tugged on my arm and whoosh, whoosh, off came the arm. The girl instantly started bawling. And the dogs instantly started barking. Well, at least they're consistently scaring people, and it's not just me.
Nope.
Hey, I don't want that to happen again. I felt so bad. But enough about me. What about you? So you're Carl's replacement? I guess so. I don't know who the fuck Carl is. I'm the new floor attendant. I attend to the floor. The floor is the thing I'm going to be attending to, and I'm not going into cardiac arrest. At least you're funnier than Carl, that's for sure. Can't wait to go home and tell Jennifer I do have a sense of humor. She'll be so proud. I assume you've already met Francine, but have you had a chance to meet Gavin and Naomi yet? Yeah, I met them already, although it seems they aren't too keen on each other. Right! Ashley rolls her eyes and lets out a sigh. There's a gnat in my eye. I wish they would hurry up and make out already. Yeah. Wait. What? Seriously? So, are they going out? Nope. They always bicker like an old married couple. Classic anime cliche. Clitch? Really? I was gonna say clitch. Cliche. The ones who fight always end up together. Mark my words, Ari. Consider them marked. Beep beep. Beep beep, Ari. What's that sound? Try. I set an alarm for when my lunch break was over. Time to go back to the grindstone. Didn't even get a chance to eat.
What? No.
That's so good. Ari needs their calories. You eat up, I'll go out to the floor. In fact, how about I take over the ticket desk for the next shift? You can do my job and wander the floor a bit. Fair enough. Thanks. Ashley winks before her face disappears into the dark recesses of that inhuman mask. As I'm wolfing down rice in the shape of a little heart, wow. It occurs to me I didn't actually ponder my first impression of Ashley yet. Let's see. I'm all aboard the Pinky train. Choo-choo. No. She seems like a nice girl, but I can't get on board with all her wild stories. I can't imagine always living your life vicariously through a fantasy. Anyways, with lunch in my belly and break time complete, the second half of my workday began. Rolling into the afternoon, the crowd starts to fill out. School's done, and late rising pros are heading out to their arcades of choice. With Ashley covering the desk, my job is to wander the floor looking for problems, or potential problems, or just making sure everything's a-okay. But for starters, it's a good moment to collect my thoughts, and this is a good moment to stop this episode. Thank you so much for watching and have a nice day.